yes, yes. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so today we want to talk about our children. We know parents have gone through a lot trying to make sure that their children go through therapy services. We have different types of therapy services, speech therapy, physio, and the likes. And we have a lot of unanswered questions. And that is why this webinar is important so that we are able to look into every aspect that is bothering you and we are able to say, oh, yes, this is what we can do for your child, and at the end of the day we can start tracking the progress of your child. We can start tracking the progress of your child, and that is why it is important that you attend webinars like this and ask questions. So today we are going to be talking strictly on how to help our children live a fulfilling life. And like what I have on my screen, yes, they can. Your child can live a fulfilling and independent life, and we'll be showing you how today. As a parent, I know that the journey has not been easy, and a lot of parents have gone through a lot. The tears you share when others don't even understand what you're going through, the financial burden, especially for therapy services, your advocacy, your love for your child. A lot of people don't even know what you've gone through. If you have done so much already and you are not alone, we need to let you know that you are not the only parent involved in this. You are not the one alone, and a lot of other parents out there too are also going through what you go through. Before I begin, let me ask you a question. When you imagine your special needs child, what's your biggest fear as a parent? What is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear? You can drop your comments. You can drop your comments. What is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear? I'm waiting for you. What is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear? As a parent, what what is your biggest fear? Oh, not being able to do their, oh God, what their peers are doing. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. What is your biggest fear? Hmm. A lot of times parents are even scared of what becomes of their children. Sometimes some parents ask me questions like, will my child ever get married? Questions like that. Yes, will this child eventually become something in life? Those are the questions parents ask. And we can't blame you for wishing so much for your child. And that's one of the reasons why we are here today, so that we look into some of these issues and give you advice on how best you can do. Okay, thank you. I've been seeing people's comment. Thank you for the comments. Thank you. Okay, not being able to do what their peers are doing. My biggest fear, when I am no longer here, what will happen to my child? Wow, that's a very big one. That's a very big one. If they can achieve anything on their own, yes. Is that how the child will remain all the days of their life? That's a big one. A lot of parents are going through this roller coaster of emotions, and one of the major thing is, how do I help my child? If this child is like this today, what becomes of this child? And that is why we want to work together. This webinar is not going to be like the other webinars you've attended, where you will leave with nothing but vague hope and general advice. I'm not going to advise you. I'm going to walk you through how you could achieve some of all this. That is what this webinar is for. We're going to walk you through how you're going to achieve some of all this. Today, you're going to get specific strategies you can implement tonight. And secondly, you are going to get practical tools tailored to the child's unique needs, proven techniques based on success with over 5,000 children. And at the end of the day, you get a clear roadmap for your child's future, regardless of their age or diagnosis. So if you are ready, type ready. If you are ready to join me in working and transforming your child's journey today, just say ready. Say ready. So who am I and why am I so confident about what I do? My name is Taiwo Adeyanju Oparemi. I am a special needs educator and speech therapist with over 10-15 years of proficiency. I've helped over 5,000 children and families. I'm the founder of Adeyanju Taiwo Center for Children and Persons with Special Needs, the co-founder of Treasure Delight Care Services, Rubies and Pearls International School, and I currently hold a master's in special education, NCE and BEd in special education. I also have Montessori certification and EYFS, that's Early Years Foundation Stage certification. And I've worked with a lot of children. And so it is easy for me to relate with you. And let me tell you my personal story. Why am I saying this? Why am I, talking about this? Why am I the right person you could talk to? My younger brother had seizures when he was age 10, and for 3 years he couldn't attend school because he was always falling. In fact, his own seizures grew from seizures to epilepsy, and at the end of the day, it affected him mentally. He was an A student that dropped to D. So you can imagine how it has been for my parents. And the feeling of helplessness, you can't do anything to change the situation because you don't have the right information, or you don't even know what exactly you could do to help your child. And so that is exactly what we went through, I and my parents, when we had this situation. And presently now, my brother is now a graduate, so I am the right person to tell you about this. And there are several steps my parents took. I'm going to share some of them with you. I'm going to share some of the things I have done personally for children when I realized that, oh, this is the problem they have and how we can help them. So, why are you here today? Let me guess. You are exhausted from the endless cycles of therapy that drains your energy and your bank account. You have received conflicting advice that leaves you more confused. Deep down, you worry about your child's future. Will they ever live independently? Just like the questions I asked. If any of this resonates with you, please type yes. If any of this resonates with you, please type yes. So deep down, you are scared. Will they ever live independently? Have meaningful relationship? You are afraid you might be missing something crucial in their development. And so I know that's one of the reasons why you choose to come to this webinar. So if this is you, let me see in the comment section, say yes, 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 yes. You're welcome, everybody, once again. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. So if this resonates with you, let me see yes, 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 yes. I hope everybody can hear me. I hope everybody can hear me. Please say yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we can see you. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I saw someone said, I can see your beautiful face. Really? Thank you. Oh, thank you for coming in. So let's dive into our strategies so that we enjoy it. I'm trying as much as possible to make sure that I'm breaking it down so that everybody learn. Everybody learn. And let me tell you, a lot of us have different types of learning styles. Some people are auditory learners, where you just hear something and you understand. Some people are visual learners. Once you see something, you understand immediately. Why some people are kinesthetic learners. They need to touch something. They need to feel something. They need to be able to do something before they could understand what exactly they are doing. So we have different kind of learners, and we also have the naturalistic learners who will go out to learn. I'm trying to tell you this so that you understand that the reason why I am coming out from this angle as a special needs educator is because I understand your learning styles. And guess what? The beautiful thing is your children also have learning styles, and we are going to get to that today. Now, what you will learn today, the truth about your child's potential, why your child diagnosis doesn't just determine their future. I keep telling parents that I've met severally, your child diagnosis does not determine their future. And that is what we are diving into. We are also looking at the 5 developmental areas that predict your child's future independence. We are also looking at communication breakthrough, how to unlock your child's ability to express themselves. We are also looking at the social connection, how special needs children can build meaningful relationships. And lastly, the success blueprint, transforming struggling adults into thriving adults. So now let's look at some stories that has happened, and let's see if our own children too have hope. They do have hope. And that is why I brought you some of these people. We have Blessing Okoedion, a visually impaired person. That's someone who cannot see, who became a speaker and an author. She lost her sight in adulthood. In fact, when I was in school, I had a friend who was visually impaired, and we attended classes up to master's level. So don't tell me that your child cannot do something. I don't want you to have that in mind. She speaks and writes on disability issues. Now let's look at this other guy, this handsome bobo here. This person looks like someone with Down syndrome, as you can see. He's a Nigerian athlete and a musician with Down syndrome. So he has also competed in swimming and athletics at the Special Olympics. We also have Chelsea Werner, a gymnastics champion. She also has Down syndrome. So some people will tell me, oh, it's just people with Down syndrome. It's just people with this. What about children with cerebral palsy? What about children with autism? What about children with ADHD? Are you sure my child that cannot talk can actually do something? Yes, we are going to get to that. So now, what is special needs or special children that we all call them? Special needs is a term that we use to describe an individual who would require additional support in everything they do due to either their physical disability, developmental disability. I said physical, maybe the thing is physically, you can see it, like children that can't walk, children that have palsy, children with cerebral palsy, children with Bett asphyxia. They fall into this category. They have physical disability. We also have some for developmental disability, behavioral or sensory. Like children with autism now, they are always reacting to anything around them. They have sensory issues. We have learning differences. So any child that you see will need additional support in every aspect. And let me shock you. Those of you using glasses, you fall under special needs. As far as you use something to support any aspect of your life, you fall under special need. And that's why I tell people there is no complete human being. So even if you want to say someone has this or that, when we look deep down, we will find out that you too have a particular aspect you need help from. It can even be that in learning, some people cannot learn fast, some people are very slow, but when eventually they get it, they get it. Now, we have different types of special needs, ranging from Down syndrome, ADHD, autism, and they might need individual support. So anyone who falls into the category that will need additional help or support are the people we want to talk about today. So some of them can be speech and communication disorders. I know some parents will have children that are not talking now, and they are looking forward to, oh, when is my child going to talk? How would my child express themselves? How would my child be able to comprehend things and talk to people? So even if you stutter, like those people you say in Yoruba, they will say Onka Lolo. And English, some people will say the person stammer. Stammering is also a form of disability. If you speak and you are using R and you don't know how to use it well, like you want to pronounce rice, you are calling it rice, you have disability too. We have emotional and behavioral disorders where the person have anxiety disorder, ODD. You know, some people, you cannot keep their table still. Once they see anything that is dirty there, they remove it. They just want to make sure that everywhere is neat. Some people just have this anxiety all the time. They cannot keep still. They need to express themselves. We have physical disability too. This one can limit one's movement, mobility, dexterity, and stamina, such as spinal cord injury, muscular dystrophy, amputation, and cerebral palsy. So let's move forward. We also have those who have learning disability. I'm saying this so that you are able to categorize your child, or if you are a teacher, you are able to categorize children in your classes in their departments. That will help you to help the child. And we also have the learning disability. We have dyslexia, that is a reading problem. We have dyscalculia, that's mathematics, dysgraphia, and there are lots more. Like me now, I don't know how to write well. In fact, I prefer to type than to write because I know I have writing disorder from my young age. Multiple disabilities. Some people can have a particular disability and have another one. Now, let's give example. A child has intellectual disability and also has epilepsy. We call them comorbidity. Please write in the comment section, Comorbidity. If you are getting me, I want you to write comorbidity. And comorbidity means that, oh, you're welcome, Mrs. Chinwe. You're welcome, everyone. I'm seeing everyone now. Welcome, welcome. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you can't hear, please. I hope we can all hear. I saw someone said they can't hear me. Okay. So now we are looking at the different types of disability, and we mentioned comorbidity. Thank you for writing that now. Comorbidity. Comorbidity is just like you're trying to say a child has a particular special needs or disability, in brackets or in quotes, because we call it special needs, not disability. And the child has another type. Let's say a child has ADHD and also has autism and also has speech delay or difficulty. That case is called comorbidity because it entails more than one type of disability. And that was what I was trying to say earlier, that some children might fall under a particular category, but you still find out that they have another type of special needs. We also have developmental disability, which is more common now. We have a lot of children with autism now. We have children with cerebral palsy. We have children with intellectual disability. We have Down syndrome, fetal alcohol syndrome, and the likes. So now let's look at the 5 key areas every parent of special needs child must start to plan, because this is going to be practical, please, everyone. And I will advise that you please write down some of these points as it resonates with your child. Please plan, because one of the fears of parents is marriage, the career of this child, how this child is going to live independently, who is going to take over the care of their child. And that is why we are bringing out this training, so that parents will start planning now. And before you plan, there's something I want to introduce to you. It's called the vision board. Every parent is expected to have a vision board. And what is a vision board? A vision board is a collage of image, word, or other items that represent your goals and aspirations. It serves as a visual representation of what you want to achieve in life. Just like you as an individual, you have the plan that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to start running this, I want to have an NGO, I want to run a business. You have to start having that kind of plan for your child. And the best way you can do that is to have it in a vision board. There's just something about when you write something, when you keep seeing it, it materializes. I don't know if you know that. It keeps happening. The moment you have something and you're saying, oh, I want this thing to happen to my child, that thing will start happening because you already have a plan and God blesses you. It makes sure that everything you have in mind starts to come to pass. The purpose of the vision board is to create a clear and tangible representation of your dreams and desires. Just like what you have for the child, you have it in that vision board. Using a vision board can increase your motivation and confidence, provide clarity on what life entails. So let's go back to that areas you need to start planning for. The first one is finance and savings. Now, I know a lot of times parents are already drained. They're already drained. Financially, you're already going through a lot, especially when it comes to your child. Because part of the fear is that, what would I do for my child? How would I cope? What if I go? Nobody is going to take care of this child. But when you start putting some plans on ground for this child, such as therapy savings, financial savings for your child's plan or future, it will ease you from the burden. Another one is career and talent development. Now, I'm not picking the marriage because that marriage aspect, a lot of parents have a lot of questions, and I'm not talking about that yet. The career and talent development. When you look at your child, there is a potential in that child. A lot of parents feels that because that child is not doing what the peers is doing now, it means that this child cannot do anything. And that is why a good plan is important. We call something individual evaluation plan for your child, and we call something goal setting. This is the time you start having that kind of plan for your child. An individual evaluation plan will be drawn by a specialist who understand what your goal for your child is. Now, let's assume that I have a child here now who loves to draw. My job as the parent is not to focus on the math and English and the science that this child is not doing well. My focus should be on how to help this child to gain clarity of their talents. And that is why a lot of parents make mistake. You are looking for the big thing, whereas you are not appreciating the small thing in your child. As small as a milestone is, it is important. Any little milestone these children can achieve, we count it as something big. And so for career development, there are a lot of areas that children with special needs can actually function. They can function in the areas of, let's say, an hotel as a receptionist. They can function in the area of tech. They can function in the area of drawing, design. They can function in the area of cooking. They can function in the area of laundry. They can function in the area of basket weaving. In fact, we have a particular lady that now sells basket weaving to people because she trains them on how to make it, and she has intellectual disability. That's the one people call that she can't think like her peers. She has it, but one good thing is they are able to identify that this is her strength, this is her interest, and before you know it, we started developing it. Now, for every child you see, even if your child likes to dance, as small as you think dancing is, we can build that child to become a professional. And guess what? The way you package your child is the way people are going to take your child. The way you see your child is the way people are going to see your child. I've seen a lot of parents who assumes that the child cannot do anything. And at the end of the day, when we tested these children, they are able to do a lot of things that we didn't expect. We had a boy that loved to take pictures. And because of that, we started developing that talent in that child. We have children who run their own YouTube page as special needs children. We have individuals who run special needs. In fact, social media is now becoming very easy now. Anybody can become an influencer now. A person with special needs can even pick a career from influencing. We have different kind of jobs for them. We have retail and customer service. We have hospitality and food business. We have office technology. We have creative art and media, where you have people who can draw, paint, musicians, actors, photographer, content creators, vlogger. We have skilled and trade manufacturing, like tailoring, carpentry. In fact, we currently have someone who is into agriculture of livestock. They can do that too as a career. Now, the way you package those things determines a lot. I realize that a lot of parents just want to assume that this child cannot do something. Even when they realize that this child has this particular talent, who is the next person to go to? Who is the next person to train this child? Those are the questions you should start asking and help this child to get to their path. For some of them, academically, they can still do well. For the ones that can do well academically, we have support for them till they are able to get there. We have someone, I heard of a story of a guy who does animation. He has autism. He's the one that designed the animation for Ariel. I don't know if you've heard the advert for Ariel. This is the person that did it, and he has special needs. Imagine if the parent gave up on him, or they are not seeing him as someone who already has a talent that they need. And you can imagine this person started from drawing. He likes to keep to himself. A lot of times parents will be thinking, why is he just drawing? And they look at how can we tailor that drawing to animation, to 3D designs. And before you know it, that happened. Now, the next aspect is travel and exposure. The more you expose your child, the more they understand social cues. Because sometimes you say you don't want to take the child out. The child will not know how to behave outside. It's because they don't understand the simple social cues. And from the therapy you are doing, part of the plan you should have is to have set goals on improvement. Set goals on improvement, 6 months improvement, 1 month improvement, 1 year improvement, and goals. As a parent, those are part of the plans you should have. Even as a school, you can't keep people's children in school without having any plan for them whatsoever. They can't do the regular thing every other child are doing. But how did you break it down for them and draw it in such a way that it suits their own kind of learning? You have a child in primary 5 but cannot read a simple sentence, and you ask the child to keep going in primary 5. What you are doing is you are not helping the child, because at the end of the day, the child is struggling. This kind of child will only require the support of an itinerary teacher in the class and an IEP that suits his learning. And because his own learning is going to start from simple to complex. You can't start and build on a foundation that is not solid and you expect that the child will do well. I've had children that will transition from special school to regular school. I run a regular school too. So I'm not saying something that I have not done. My own child had similar experience. So I'm talking from the point of a mother, a specialist. So I understand this very well. If a child is in a particular school, the job of the school is to work together with the therapist, with the parents, and make sure that the plan they are drawing for the child suits the needs of the child. Now, the next one is insurance and legal support. Insurance and legal support. Parents need to start planning for health insurance because sometimes some of these things that are draining you, if you are just registered for some kind of insurance policy, you will not be stressed out because financially some of this insurance would have covered some aspect of treatment for your child. There are other legal support you can start looking into. Nobody prayed that anybody die, but if anything like that happen, what happens to your child at the end of the day? Will anybody be able to support you or carry that child or help you with that child? There should be legal support for this child. And what do I mean? This is a time you start looking inward into everybody in your family, your friends. Look at the kind of relationship you have and start talking to a lawyer who will give some of them the legal rights to oversee some of the things in the life of your children. The reason why we are doing this is because we want to make sure that this child live a fulfilling life. Imagine you have drawn a plan and under 6 months, your child is able to achieve a particular milestone. Your child is able to talk. Let's say within 2 years, the child is able to walk. Let's say within 5 years, the child is able to pick a career path and you have started developing that career path. What you want to do is you don't want to keep this child hanging. Let me give an example of a parent not too far. This happened maybe a few months ago. This guy had cerebral palsy. The mother was always showcasing him on YouTube. The mother noticed that he likes being seen. He likes people talking about him. Then the mother decided to open a YouTube page for him. He started coming online. And all of a sudden, we heard that the mother died. The mother died. And we were wondering, what becomes of the life of this guy? Imagine that the mother has not laid down some foundation for this boy. Imagine what would have happened. And that is why legal support is also important in the life of our children. Now, let's go into marriage. A lot of parents will come and ask me, hello, if you are here, please say hello. If you are enjoying the class, please say hello. Let me be sure that I'm not the only one here.
Hello, we are enjoying the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Okay. I'm going to continue now.
Hello, please go on.
Enjoying it.
Thank you. Now, another aspect is the marriage. And that's the reason why I said
hello, we are enjoying the class.
Thank you. So, I said earlier that it is important that
hello, I'm enjoying it.
Thank you.
All right.
I mentioned earlier that we have to have a vision board for our children. It is important. Every milestone, whether you want your child to be able to talk well, whether you want your child to walk, whether your child has sensory disorders, whether your child is going through emotional or behavioral disorder, there is going to be an IEP plan for that child. And you have to set a 6-month goal, 1 month goal, from 1 month goal, 6 months goal, 1 year goal, 5-year goal, and 10-year goal. And that is why I said your vision board is important. The more you walk inside your house and you see the board somewhere, the more something keeps telling you you are moving. And at the end of the day, even for schools, there is need to track improvement of children. There is need, even for parents personally, there is a need to track improvement. You can't say a child is doing therapy and at the end of the day, we are not seeing anything and there's nothing to show if this child is actually moving or not. If this child is not moving, does this child need an IQ test? Does this child need medical intervention? What if this child has seizures? We had a situation recently of a child that we observed that she was pooing on her body at 20-something. And after careful observation, we realized that this child had seizures. At first, we felt like, oh, why were you pulling on your body? At first, we felt because she just had birth asphyxia, only her right hand and left and right leg was affected. So at first, it wasn't really making sense to us that why would you be pulling on your body? We started observing this child because it's important that you do a lot of observation, and please keep noting everything down. There's going to be an app I'm going to introduce maybe later, maybe by the time we have a community. That app, you are going to introduce everything you do for your child, and you put your vision board. Is particular to only your child. You can track your improvement. Any therapist you meet anywhere in the world can use that app to move with you to understand where your child is coming from. Sometimes you get to the hospital and someone is telling you they've lost your case file. They've lost your information in the hospital. If you have your app and you have your information there, I'm going to give you the information later, not now. It is easier for you to put everything, any test you do, and in fact, if you are going, it's just like a mobile report of your child. You can easily get it and keep tracking. In fact, when your therapist is working with your child, you can easily get a feedback while on the road. And those are part of the things that is important to help you with this goal setting we are trying to put in place for our children. And now, I mentioned earlier that this particular girl was putting on her body, and the next thing we noticed, she started moving aimlessly. She will go out of the gate. She wants to move out. And when you ask her where she's going, she can't tell you where she's going. I'm talking of a child, of an adult who is 23. And that was when we felt like there is more to this. We were able to come together, a team of specialists and our medical doctor, and we were able to get to the root of the problem. Guess what? This girl was having seizures. Seizures, as small as seizures. These seizures have started eating deep because she had a crisis when she was, let's say, 20 years. She was a sickle celler, and that affected her right hand and right leg. And before you know it, she started having issues mentally too, because part of the brain, when she went on coma and when she had that crisis, it affected part of the brain. She couldn't think like the way she was thinking, and she started coming up. You know the way you boot a computer and the computer start coming up back? That was it. But we're able to identify that it was seizures that was causing this problem. And that is why I said observation is important. Every little details counts. Every little details counts. Now, for a child like that, you can imagine how the parent will feel. We couldn't really say this is exactly what is wrong until we were able to come together and we saw that, oh, there is more to this problem. Guess what? I told you earlier that I had a similar case that my younger brother had seizures. And he had the seizures when he was around maybe 10, and he had it till like 15 years. My younger
brother, I said follower. That's number one.
Please. Oh, I have to mute everybody again so that we can continue our class. Okay, mute all. Okay. Sorry, I think I was the one that called your attention to respond. Sorry, please. Okay, so at the end of the day, my younger brother had this seizure for that long, and we didn't even know what exactly it was. And you know the natural thing people will say, it's spiritual. Oh, it's one grandma in one village that is affecting this boy. Someone is doing this, someone is doing that. And we started looking into spiritual then because we were not informed. Guess what? By the time this boy turned 25, his mother had seizures again. You can imagine. Which means this is something in the family line. When the mother started having seizures, she would walk aimlessly. She wouldn't know where she's going. By the time you ask her questions, she says she doesn't know. Then she sits down. And the next thing, she starts vomiting blood. And what do you think people will say? African nature. This one is spiritual. Oh, this woman is doing something, but you know, like that. Until we are able to find a solution and find out that, oh, your son had so many years ago, even though the boy is okay now, that means there is something in the family line that we need to start tracing. And so sometimes in marriage, this is the aspect I'm going to. We need to do some particular tests for our children before they can start getting married. We have joined a lot of children together. So I am not telling you what we have not done. Special needs children can get married and also have children. I am a witness to so many. I currently have someone in my hostel that has 2 beautiful boys in secondary school. And those 2 boys are doing very well. Nothing affected them. because we did our due diligence. There are a lot of things that you need to. In fact, we have someone who married a special needs child with Down syndrome, who married someone who doesn't have Down syndrome but has a bit of slow. I can't call that case intellectual disability because it doesn't really fall into it. You just have these people that are slow a bit. We've had situations of people like this when we were growing up too. It's just that the knowledge was not as much as this. We had a lot of people when we were growing up that had one type of special needs or the other. Sometimes you have one auntie in the environment that keeps living in their parents' house, and you're wondering, why is this auntie not doing anything? The person might just be a bit slow, but because there was no help to help the person or assistance to put them through or a goal or plan for them, you end up seeing them get married and get pregnant, someone impregnates them, and that's it. And some people will ask me this question: how do people with special needs have sex? Oh my God. They do have sex, they live a normal life, and they are normal too. Just like every other person, they have feelings and they understand it better. But for some, you need to train them. But there are some that they know it naturally. You don't need to teach them. I've lived with special needs students for more than 10 years, so I can tell you what they do. So I'm going to move from this one to okay, we've talked about the insurance and legal support. This is where you start collecting guardianship rights. You ask a lawyer to draft some documents for you, and you put some people in charge of the life of these children. So now let's move to the next point. And if you have any question, please just write it down. Just write it down. The big question every parent asks: can my child with special needs ever live a normal life? From everything I've explained to you now, do you think it is possible? Please, you can raise your hand if you want to say something now before we continue, please. Do you think it is possible? Do you think it is possible? Oh, I think I have to mute. Is it mute current participants? Okay. So please, okay, someone is talking. Let me unmute you. All right. Hello.
Hi, ma.
Yes, please go on.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, that question, to me, with God, all things are possible. Me, I believe they can do better.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Because from the experience, I know they can do better.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I just wanted to be sure that we are getting to the point where we know that our children can actually live a fulfilling life. And Madam already told us that from experience, yes. Oh, I didn't even ask you. You said from experience. Do you have a child? Let me
Yes,
unmute.
I have a
Okay. Okay. What's the special needs? The special area of this child?
in fact, when the thing happened then, that was about 13 years ago, he
Yes,
went
ma'am.
into a coma for 9 days.
Wow. Okay.
So we went to the hospital. He was using oxygen.
Wow. Okay.
So even it got to a day, I thought he has gone, but God
Okay.
Almighty revived him.
Okay, ma'am.
So we entered
Okay.
it. He couldn't, it was like just computer you described the other time.
Mm.
Everything about his brain wipes off.
Wow.
He
Wow.
couldn't do anything again. But later, gradually, with
Started
therapies,
coming back.
yes, with prayers, started coming back. Even he has started working before. So
Okay.
when he felt that sick, he couldn't work again.
Oh,
But it
wow.
was a day, he just stood up by himself, said, Mommy, I can stand. I said, Hallelujah, hallelujah, you will walk, you will stand, you will walk.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but the problem now is he's going to regular or normal school. There's no special school in my area.
Where are you, ma'am?
I'm in Nota, Ogun State.
Okay, Ogun State. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, yes.
I'm
So
with you, ma'am.
I'll be searching for special school because, he cannot learn fast
Okay,
like
ma'am.
others.
Okay. How old is he now?
This year, February 14, he was 15 years old.
Okay. 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 All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes.
We are going to take questions later. I just wanted us to finish this aspect so that if there's any more question, we can take it together and everybody can learn. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and still staying, because at first it was looking as if we are not going to enjoy this class. And
I'm
before you
enjoying it too. I'm enjoying it. Even this, I was not around. I traveled, I left him. So I was
know,
told from the church member that, every first Sunday, they call the birthday people. If you have testimony or special number, they say he came out and sang
wow,
special number.
wow,
Mhm,
wow.
mhm.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for sharing your experience.
You're
Um,
welcome.
yes, Ma. So I'm going to mute you now so that if we have any more hand, please, if there's anyone again that wants to say something before we um, move on, let's have other people. Okay. So the
I want to
next
say
thing.
something. Oh.
Oh, okay, okay. Please do. Who is that? Please.
Mrs. Osazua, Rose.
Oh, Madam Tracy, welcome, ma. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
yes,
beg,
ma'am.
is a Batman. What
Okay,
actually happened?
we are going to take questions after the class, ma. I'm going to give you enough time for the
Okay,
question. So let us finish the class, please. I'm going to take your
okay,
questions, please. Please, so that we can all
okay.
finish everything and I can move on, please. Thank you, ma.
All
Thank you.
right, okay.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to mute everybody again. All right. So let's go back to our class. We've looked at some areas that we need to start working on. And I know that, yes, now we can start seeing possibilities in our children. People with special needs can live fulfilling, independent lives and even get married, just like anyone. Just like anyone. Tell her to pick the treasure. Just like anyone. Okay. Now, the secret no one tells you. Here's what most professionals would admit. Your child's diagnosis is not their destiny. I keep telling people, I have seen it firsthand work out. The single biggest predictor of independence isn't IQ scores. So don't think that because the child's IQ is not up to, and mistake parents make is as your child is growing, you don't train them to see how to live independently. They learn it as they grow. So you can't tell me now that because a child has special needs and the child can walk, can express themselves a bit, you decided not to teach them how to use the toilet. And before you know it, the child start using diaper. I've had instances where you have 50-year-old, 45-year-old using diapers. And I'm wondering, what have you been doing? The toilet is in the house. You only need to show him. Yes, there might be some times that the child makes mistake, but the more they keep learning, the more they get used to it. And that doesn't mean that the child cannot also learn to cook. That doesn't mean they shouldn't learn how to dress. That doesn't mean they shouldn't learn how to, wear their clothes, take their baths, brush their teeth, which is the minimal things. I've had children on wheelchair that can brush, they can take their bath. So don't give me that excuse because the child cannot walk. It's understandable when the child is still having spastism in their hands, they can't move, that's understandable. And as time goes on, they start introducing it as part of the goals and the plan. Now, you cannot also say that, okay, because the child is having maybe diagnosis, severity, maybe comorbidity, a lot of cases of special needs, this child will not do. No. Or you can't say because it is a genetic factor, like Down syndrome. So this child is not going to live a fulfilling life. No. Your definition of fulfilling depends on you. And I keep telling people, your child is not a disease to be cured. Your child is not a disease to be cured. The way we see our children and the way we present them is the way the society will take them. How many of we parents are going out there to form organizations of children, or parents of children with special needs? We have one here in Ibadan, and it is very, very, they are very solid. Down Syndrome Foundation, they come together, they discuss about their children, they bring in professionals to advise them. And one of those days when they invited me to give a particular topic like this, living a fulfilling life, that was the day I said, if this particular parent need this topic, a lot of people will need this particular topic too. And that was when those parents too, I started telling them, why not let us start forming alliance? The government is not hearing your voice. We are wallowing in our own pain. Nobody is coming out to the government to let them know children with special needs exist. Nobody is coming out and saying, oh, we can start a vocational school for special needs children alone. We can start employing them ourselves. Nobody is saying anything. And so you can't really blame the government if they are not doing anything for us. You can't really blame them. You can't blame them. You can't blame them because we as parents, we are not doing anything to help our own children too. Our voices are not heard. And that's part of the things I want to bring to us today. Let us have a strong community that the government can hear us. By the time you get to the place of power, or you have someone in the place of power, you already know what you can tell them. Some people are not good with policy making. I'm so glad that in Oyo State now, the last recruitment, they employed a lot of special needs people. So you can imagine if that is happening regularly. A parent that is scared, what will happen to my child? You know your child has this skill and the government can take them. Why would you be scared? Why would you be scared? You know, so it is with us too. We are, as parents, we need to do a lot. How does this training make you feel? If you feel hopeful, please type in hopeful. Let us see that in the comment section. Before we start going forward, let us see hopeful. Do you feel hopeful with these aspects that we've talked about? Do you think that your child can do better? Do you think that your child is going to improve? Do you think that if with the right support and the right planning and goal, your child is going to do better? Do you feel that? Please type hopeful in the comment section. Please type hopeful. Hopeful. Okay, I really want to know how to help a child who is in school but has learning challenge. This is so, it doesn't look like he or she just in school and is not being impacted. Yes, I like this question. Yes. I mentioned something earlier that we need to start drawing we need to start drawing a plan for our children. Okay, an IQ test. I didn't know someone has dropped that before. A psychologist is the one who will do the IQ test for you. A psychologist have some instruments they use, and we have different types of IQ tests. It depends on what has been assessed in your child. If a professional sees your child and feels that your child needs an IQ test, they will do the IQ test, and that IQ test will be used to draw a program that suits the child's learning. It depends on what you are targeting, ma. And that is why I said your goal is important, ma. Your goal is important for your child. Whatever goal you have is important because that will determine the kind of treatment you are going to give your child. So if you feel that this training is hopeful, please type in hopeful. I would like to continue now. Thank you everyone that is joining for Port Harcourt, from Jos, from wow, Bonnie. Wow, 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 wow. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. I'm going to be taking your questions soon. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So what does normal life mean? For people with special needs, it includes education, mainstream or specialized program tailored to their learning styles. I mentioned earlier that everybody has a learning style, and I explained what learning styles are to you. We have the auditory learning styles, we have the visual learning styles, we have the kinesthetic learning styles, we have the naturalistic learning styles. So what does it mean? Some people want their children to be employed. That's their own target for their child. Some people want their child to live independently, get married, have their house, be able to maneuver in the house. While some people want social connections, they want people to accept them. And that is why I said, let our voice be heard. The more our voice is heard, the more people will start accepting special needs people in this society. Then some people, it is self-care. That's what they want. They want the child to be able to take care of themselves. Then some people's own is purpose and contribution, and that is where career comes into being. Now, you need to also understand a certain aspect, which is behaviors. You need to understand that there's something called antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence. For everything you want to do for your child, you need to put this into place, the ABC. That is what happened before the behavior. Sometimes you tell us, oh, my child is not responding, he's not ready, he's not doing that. Something is actually happening to the child. That is the behavior, the antecedent. And before you can see a particular behavior of a child not responding or the child is not improving on this, there should be something you should look out for. What is happening to this child before this behavior? And lastly, you look at the consequence. What happened after? What did you do? Did you beat the child? Because I know a lot of parents beat their children. Stop beating your children. Because if the child can do what you feel they cannot do, they will do it. So At the end of the day, if a teacher starts beating a child because the child is not reading, the teacher is the one with the problem, not the child. It's the teacher. Now, for parents too, there are certain things you need to also prioritize, which is your health. I've had a lot of parents, because of your child, you start thinking. Some people have BP, some people are sick because of their children. Please prioritize your health, attend medical checkups, eat balanced diet, exercise daily. Please stop thinking. Let's take action. Stop thinking. Are these the things you hope for your child? If that is it, I want this. Please type I want this in the comment section. Now we have 3 categories of the children we are looking into. We have children who have independent spectrum. They can live in group or home or family. They work in supported employment, manages self-care, and have supervised social activities. Do you want this for your child? Or you want the next group? Semi-independence, lives alone with regular check-in, work in mainstream employment with accommodations, manage daily routine with minimal support, navigate social relationship with guidance. Is this the level you want for your child? The third one, you want your child to live completely independent, work in competitive employment, manages all aspects of daily life, maintain relationship, possibly marriage and family. Where would you like to see your child on in this spectrum? So we have other people that have done well in life who have Down syndrome, but if their parents look at them as if they can't do anything, they won't do it. So this guy created his own company, which is John's Crazy Socks, with his father, and he has built a multi-million-dollar business. Please, in Yoruba, wọ́n máa sọ pé ọmọ yìí ó mú ọmọ tó ṣe mú yangàn, the child you can show. Is this kind of child not a child you can show? Abi, a child that is doing well like this, won't you show the child? Won't you be proud of this kind of child? We have another case of an attorney with autism. She is nonverbal with significant sensory issues. She was diagnosed with autism at age 3. So she's also a public speaker and an autism advocate. So don't tell me that your child cannot do well. We have other people, like this basket weaver I mentioned earlier. She has intellectual disability. We have this other guy, is diagnosed with autism. So don't tell me your child cannot. We have another cases, a lot of cases, cerebral palsy. I just showed someone with cerebral palsy now. Sorry, someone with cerebral palsy. A Nigerian singer and wheelchair user, Grace, advocates for disability rights. So it depends on the kind of support we are able to give to this child or this adult. It depends on it. This guy is an athlete and a musician with Down syndrome, and he's doing very well. What this story teaches us: early intervention matter, customized approach, like the IEP. We draw an IEP plan for parents. We do goal settings for your children if you're interested. We also do a lot of things that focus on your child's strengths and bring out the potentials in your child. We have progressive skill building for your child. It depends on what you want. We have some children that can't walk, and by the grace of God, they have started standing. I can't show some pictures because of, you understand the reasons, because some parents would not want you to show their children. We've worked with a lot of children and we've had results. Can they really get married? Yes, they can. So we also have some other 5 developmental areas that predict independence. The communication one, which is a lot of times what parents who have children with speech difficulty want. And the only strategy you can use is to work and plan an IEP for your child. The IEP would also have goal setting. Like I said, if you want us to work on you with you to plan an IEP for your child, we can get there too if you want that. Some people is emotional regulation. They want us to work on their children's behaviors. Some people is a social connection, while some people is self-management skills. So you can develop. So there are 3 biggest mistakes parents and educators are making. And I'm going to rush through so that we can take questions. The harsh reality is this: 85% of brain development happens before age 5. Every month of waiting loses approximately 720 hours of potential learning. So don't wait. Take that early intervention now. Don't wait. Don't wait. The most important thing you need is a proper assessment of your child by a specialist who understands what exactly will suit your child, will draw a plan, will hold you by the hand and say, yes, this is what we are going to do for this child. This is a plan for 6 months, for 1 year, for 5 years. And some people also make some mistakes. You do the same therapy some people just advise you to do without going through the right channel. You do everything and you get exhausted. Some people do that too. Don't do that mistake. You cannot do the same approach. Even if the children's special needs, they are bearing the same name. If all the children are having autism, it is not the same approach. It is not. So don't think that whatever A has done for their children will also work for you. Another mistake is you start feeling guilty. You are the cause of this problem. You are not. You are not the cause of the problem. Those people who have cancer and they told them not to take drink, would they keep asking themselves that they are the cause, or they will move on and find solution to their problem? So that's just it. And yeah, practical examples you can use today. We have some practical examples. I don't know. Validate feelings first. Let's say you have a child that is having difficulty with expressing their emotions. Look down, kneel down, and be at the child's level, eye to eye, and let the child understand. I see you are feeling frustrated. Calm down. It is okay. Look at me. Calm down. You know, when that child sees that assurance and you are not screaming on the child feels there's a connection between both of you and the child is able to express themselves. You can also ask them to breathe, even if it's just for 3 seconds. Just breathe. And before you start asking them, like I told you, there's always a behavior, an antecedent, a behavior, and a consequence. Something is happening to the child, the behavior and the consequence. At the end of the day, if you don't respond according to the behavior, or you don't respond according to how the child understands you, you will be seeing some kind of behaviors in that child. And at first, you will think, oh, he's just angry. Before you know it, it becomes a routine. That's the way the child will be behaving. Okay, so do you feel your child needs a current support personally for them, or you feel that you need an IEP presently? With everything we've done, do you think that your child needs something that will give them clarity, that will give you clarity about your child's specific needs, a roadmap for development, exactly what to do and when to do them? Do you think that you need to build skills to support your child, e.g., becoming a therapist? Do you think you can create consistency across homes and school? You can measure their strengths, build on their strengths, prepare them for real life experience or independence. If that will change a game for you, we have a particular small training for you. The training is called the Special Needs Road Breakthrough Program, and it's going to be for 90 days. We are going to hold you by the hands. The first few people, 10 people to register or 15 people to register, we are going to hold you by the hands and do a one-on-one section. My one-on-one section is actually 100,000, and I'm going to hold you if you are able to join this class. Imagine where your child will be if you understand what to do for them, struggling to communicate, and from there the child is able to express their needs and wants clearly. If your child has frequent behavioral challenges, but you're able to manage that behavior because of all these things that you're going to learn, or maybe your child is falling behind academically and your child is going to learn ways to even the therapists and the teachers will be worked together with, and we are going to make sure that there's results. If we are going to do this training, you're also going to learn isolated strategies to help improve your child's isolation. Strategies to help your child's isolation and help them to communicate well and be socially acceptable. So if this resonates with you, you're not going to be doing it the traditional way. We are going to address these all issues at the Breakthrough Program. We are going to address the whole child, personalize your child's IEP. We are going to do a unique profile for your child. We are going to empower you as a primary change agent. You need to understand what to do. We are going to give you consistent strategies that are going to improve whatever your child is doing. We are going to help you to build on their skills. We are going to look at the strength of your child, and we are going to plan a future for them. We don't just teach you skills, we transform how your child will learn in this program. And if you are joining, the first few people will be getting one-on-one support from me, where I will be having a 15 to 30 minutes section with you and be explaining to you, teaching you, working with you, holding your hands to draw plans that will suit your child's needs. This is customized for parents, for teachers. For parents, you will get comprehensive assessment of your child's unique needs, a 90 days development plan, daily implementation guide, practical and evidence-based communication development activities, bi-weekly coaching calls, private community. You will join our private community. You'll be able to ask me questions directly that suits only your child, because now you need someone who understands this child well. Now for teachers, you have a unique training for your school. Even in your class, that child, we will specify and we are going to plant something that suits the needs of that child. Not every child are the same. Now for school owners, we'll give you a complete special needs program structure. We'll train your teachers, we'll work on your curriculum and materials. We'll give you quality assessment metrics, parent satisfaction monitoring tools, apps that you can use, and we are going to make sure that your child improves. You also get in the one-on-one links to other professionals, because we are going to be working together as a team that are going to help you to draw this plan. So what do you expect? The 90-day transformation is going to be the blast. It's going to be the blast. You are going to learn a lot. You are going to save money. You are going to reduce your headache, your stress, everything that you need to know about how to help this child. We are going to work together with you in this 90 days plan. Normally we value this at 200,000, but you won't be paying that again. You won't be paying that. You can only pay 35,000 naira, because that is going to be the access you will use to get to the training and the one-on-one. So for the first 15 people, you will be getting my one-on-one attention. The first 15 people to register for the course, you'll be getting my one-on-one attention. So if you are interested in the training, please, that's the information on the screen. I know what you are thinking. I have tried everything I can. My child challenge is more and severe. I can't afford another program that doesn't work. I don't have enough time. Madam, try this one. This particular program is meant to relieve your headache. It's meant to relieve your stress. We have done this severally for a lot of people, and to the glory of God, we have seen results. Oh, what is one more year of struggle worth to your child's future? That's a question to reflect on. That is a question to reflect on. So for the first 10 people, the next 15 minutes, you will be getting my one-on-one attention. And so my normal private section is 100,000. So this is just like a bonus. This is just like a bonus. You get to meet with me. I'm going to talk with you. We are going to remove every headache you have, specifically for your child. So the hidden cost of waiting. When you wait, you keep spending a lot of money because you don't have a direction. That's just it. You spend a lot of money, the stress. You don't have someone you can call and say, oh, I am sure that this person knows how to help me. So I'll be waiting for you to make that decision. But while we are doing that, can we start asking questions? I'm going to unmute. So if you have any question, please raise your hand. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. I'm going to be answering your question. I know someone had a question the other time. So if you have a question, please raise your hand, and I'll be taking some of the question. Okay, mute all and okay. So if you have any question, please ask your questions. Oh, someone said they can't hear. Where was that? Okay. So I will be taking it one after the other. Okay. Please ask your question, ma. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Well done. Thank you so much, Coach. This is
Yes, ma'am.
very, very impactful. Do
Thank
you
you.
have the room for volunteer for teachers in your environment?
Yes, we do.
That
ma'am.
we want to work with a special. Okay, how do we get to you?
When you say volunteers, please let me get it. Is the person coming in to support us, or you want the
Yes.
person to train? Which one?
No, coming in to support.
Okay, coming in to support us. Okay, we will need to ask questions like, what's the qualification of the person? What's the experience the person has had? What aspect is the person coming in to add value to us? So
Okay.
yes, but you can chat me up.
Okay.
You can
Should
chat
I
me up.
answer them now or later? Okay.
You can be asking your question. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, I'm actually running a program on special needs in education with Unilag right now, but I need more exposure. So I thought of coming in to do voluntary saving there to get
Okay.
to have a physical one-on-one with the children. Yes.
Okay. That means you have to chat me up. I would push you to the admin, ma. So she will give you the details,
All
some
right,
of the
ma.
information you are going to submit, and
Okay, ma.
if you are going to be on the waiting list, we'll let you know. Because just like the way you're asking, a lot of people, a lot of people are asking us for the same thing. So, but we can always create space for everyone.
Okay.
We'll find a way around it. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
All
So,
right. Thank you, ma. Yeah.
yes, ma.
I'm
Yes.
also going to chat you up on it, ma'am.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Please mute yourself, ma, so we can get someone else attention. Okay. Mrs. Oluyemisi, are you here? Hello, ma'am. Mrs. Oluyemisi. Hello. Hello.
Hello, yeah, ma'am. Hello, good
Yes.
evening.
Good evening, ma. Please. I
Okay,
can hear
sorry,
you, ma.
I
I can hear
joined very
you.
late. I joined very late. I actually joined the voice something. I didn't know it was the wrong one. And my question is, does this
Can you
benefit a
speak up a
child?
bit, ma? Can you speak up a bit, ma?
I said my question.
Hmm. Okay. What's that, ma?
Okay, my question is, can this benefit
Can
a child with seizures?
can a child with seizures? I didn't get that, ma. I didn't get that.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, it's better. It's better, ma.
Yes, I want to know if this can benefit a child with seizures, with constant seizures.
Yes. What drugs is that child on, ma? What medication are you
Presently
on?
she's on Keppra and Kebamazepine presently,
Okay. How did the
and she's
seizures
been on
start?
it for. Oh, it just started. It wasn't that. It wasn't. There was no sickness. There was nothing. It just started.
How old is your child now, ma?
She's 12 now, and it started since she was 1 year, 3 months.
Okay, she's 12 now. Okay. There's a lot of medications people use. Let me just enlighten us here. There
Okay,
are a lot of
please.
medications that we use for. I'm not the one who recommend the drug because I work with a psychiatrist and neurologist. I also work with an
Okay.
occupational and physiotherapy. So it's a teamwork. So when
Okay.
we have children like that, what I have seen over the years is this: when we try a particular medication, we keep watching and observing and keeping note of everything that we observe with the child. When
Okay.
that drug is working, we can probably start increasing till the child gets to a point where that drug is now working and the child is not having that continuous
Okay.
episode
But
of
my okay. Because
so
my own case, I've
mm,
not seen the ones we've been using, I've not seen it work. And I have complained. The only thing they have done is kind of increased it. At the point I refuse them increasing it because it's every 3 weeks.
that is one of the reasons why you need a professional who would work with you, ma. Especially when it comes to seizures. What I've seen over the years, I have my own particular doctors we use. Sometimes people make mistake of using general doctor for their medicals, for their children. You don't need a
Mm.
medical doctor. That's one. If let's say
No, it's a
it's a
it's a
neurologist,
neurologist we are seeing.
yes,
Yes, pediatrician neurologist.
you might probably need to change hands from what I have seen over the years. You might probably need to
Okay.
change hands. And if you change hands, they will give you different. And when you are changing hand, ma, you will need to work closely
Yes.
with the doctor. They might give you a 2 weeks appointment, whether online or physical. You will try a
Okay.
particular drug. When the drug works, fine. If the drug does not work, we change it till we get to the particular one that will suit that child. So you can't just be
Hmm.
on a particular drug for a long time without having improvement and
But
you're still on it.
but their own excuse is that they don't just change, but because if they change, there'll be a relapse or there will be I've forgotten the name they call it. So they feel okay, let's be on this one and keep increasing, and we've been there for like 10 years.
Wow. 10 years. Wow. I think you will need to talk to someone else, ma. You need to talk to someone else. You need to talk to another professional.
Okay.
So maybe after the meeting, you can chat me up. I would link you up with the doctor. It's not free, oh. You will pay,
I
but
understand.
you
No
will pay.
problem.
But I can bet it with you, you will get results by the grace of God. Don't let
Okay.
me just brag. By the grace of
Okay.
God, because you want to have someone, and these are part of the mistakes parents make too. Just like what we are having in this training, and which is why it is good. Because there is no information out there, we stick to only the one we can. Oh, let me mute all.
Okay.
We stick to only the particular medication that is available, or the particular specialist that is available to us, because the knowledge of special needs is just coming out. A lot of people some people don't even know the professionals that are supposed to work with their children. They just know that the child has special needs. They go to the hospital, the doctor says, this child, after growing for 3 years, you can come back. I've had cases like that. When the child is 6, they still go back there. They tell them to come back, rather than you telling them to start immediately, so that the early intervention will help the child. So when I was in psychiatric hospital, when I was working in Lagos psychiatric hospital, I have seen firsthand treatment of children, and they have improved with seizures. So I know children with seizures. I even told you about my own younger brother's story. So I know children with, and he started around that age too. And he was placed on maybe Tegretol as at that time, maybe Tegretol, and he used it for maybe 3 to 4 years. And the guy is fine now. You understand now? So I think you should try and seek, and like parents, please keep asking for more help. This is about your child. Please do more. Please do more. I know the information is not there. Please check online. Check online. People are beginning to accept and understand that their specialty here. In Nigeria, ma, this doctor I'm telling you about is one out of the 3 in this field. So you can imagine how scarce they are. So I'm going to give you a contact. You are going to chat her up yourself, and you conclude with her on what you're going to do. Okay, ma. So let's take someone else's question. Have I answered your question, ma? Let me unmute.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma. Good evening, ma.
Yes, this is Magdalene calling from Ibadan.
Oh, well done, ma. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I
Yes,
really enjoyed our plans from the lecture. So I
thank you,
have
ma.
questions to ask.
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
a son. He's yet to walk. He
Okay,
was
how old is he?
diagnosed. He's going to 3. He will be 3.
Oh,
So he was
wow.
diagnosed severe Beta asphyxia.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, he was placed on oxygen, but they later removed it as he didn't need it. So
Okay,
around when he was 6 months, they advised us to go for therapy, and we've been doing that.
okay,
But
ma.
I noticed that for 2 years, no change. Even for him to sit is an issue.
Mm,
But he wants to stand. He doesn't want to sit.
mm.
Doesn't want to
Okay,
sit. But at times he blabbed, like he's trying to call mama and the rest. So I
okay,
was directed to a doctor who placed us like on like a plan. He changed the
mm.
diet and everything, but it's
Okay,
still yet. I don't know. Even
okay.
to sit, he
For
doesn't sit
for a
at all.
3-year-old child, we still have hope. We still have hope that that child is going to walk. What I would just say is you need to be on consistent therapy. When I say consistent therapy, let me give you an example of when someone has malaria and the person
Okay.
needs to take a what's it called, paracetamol and malaria drug, and you gave the person 3 times in a week. Do you think that
Okay.
malaria will go?
No.
It's not going to go. So that's the way therapy works. And because the
Okay.
bone of that child is still small, you need someone who has to be consistent with the treatment of that child.
Okay.
And you need medical intervention. A lot of times, therapy, you need to work with a medical practitioner, you need to work with that team so that everybody is on the same page. You need to see an occupational therapist and a physiotherapist. So because he's still young, the bones are not yet strong. You can easily control that bone before that bone becomes hard. Do you understand, ma?
Because she asked us to hold on for therapy for now. Because we've
Who
been doing
asked
it
you
for
to
two
hold
years.
on?
The doctor, we have been doing it for 2 years. He said we should hold on for now.
Why? Why?
That we
Why?
should be clear with the plan and everything. Like he should be able to achieve something before we start. That is the therapy that is even affecting him. The
Things
more.
like what? Things like what would they have achieved?
Like the bone, because then he had the bone was like very stiff.
Hmm.
It's just like we are stretching. He said we are stretching the nerve from now, so we
Ah,
should just hold on till. So no,
madam. So when you hold on, what would he be doing for you?
yes, ma'am. Now we should continue giving him the a place. She placed us on drugs and food
Which
plan. He
drug?
had to change it. Yes,
Which drug is he on?
um, supplements, nutritional supplements. What is it called? Different drugs, sha. Then
Hmm.
DHA. He's on DHA. Then
Hmm.
one other amino what self. There's one amino drug. This blood tonic, stuff like that.
Okay, madam, let's start from the beginning. Let's go back to
Okay.
medicals. You need
Okay.
to be referred for medicals. You need to be referred for medicals. Let's get it right from there. When you get the medicals right, because there are a lot of questions I won't be able to ask you here. There are a lot of
Okay, ma'am.
questions I won't be able to ask you. So let's get it right from the medicals. When you are able to do the medicals properly, from there, we have a team. The doctor would definitely get back to me. There's a team.
Okay.
You can draw an IEP plan and you work with the other team. And the good thing is you're in Ibadan, so you can walk in, we can see your child. You understand me?
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think you should go back to the medicals because there might be questions that when we ask you, we get to the roots of why the doctor said certain things and what should be
Okay.
done. Or if
Okay.
there's a
Because
reason for you to, okay, what did you
I
want
have
to say?
no, I have the text result on my PDF. He sent everything online because he asked
Okay.
you one a test.
Did you do EEG? Did you do
No,
EEG, man?
no, she asked us to do genomic. What is it called? This
Did you
DNA, blah blah.
EEG?
No, genomic test. They call it genomic. Say like DNA, whatever is
DHA.
it?
Okay, please,
DNA.
you still need to work with the medical practitioner ma, before we even pick anything up. Before we pick
Okay.
anything up, because in the other countries, what we do is we do a teamwork. It's not something a medical doctor would just say this is what you should do. There is supposed to
Okay.
be a team, and that's a lot of mistakes parents are making. When you go to a doctor says this, you end up going to the teacher says this, you're already confused, you don't know where to go to. So it's better you have a team that comes together. That's the way I was trained. Even when I was in
Okay.
psychiatric hospital, we sit down as a team. Even the nutritionist will be in that meeting. And we all look at the child, we all discuss with the parents, and we draft out something for that child. That's the proper way it should be. So if it's nothing like that, you have not started anything, ma. If it's
Okay.
nothing like that, you have not started. So we do one, it can even be online. The most important thing is everybody talking about this child and we have progress. And at the end of, let's say, 1 month, there's someone tracking the improvement. Everybody is having the meeting again. We are doing the right thing for that child. So before you know it, because now the child is still young, you need to start doing a lot for that child. You need to start
Yes.
doing a lot. Yes. So let's take someone else's question.
Hello,
Okay,
ma.
good
Good
evening.
evening, ma.
Yes,
Good evening,
ma'am.
ma.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Please,
Yes,
what's your
my
name,
name,
ma'am?
my name is Fumi
I'm
Taiwo.
talking from Port Harcourt.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. You are bearing my
Um,
name. You are bearing my name.
yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, ma. Two of my colleagues have talked about, we are from Unilag and we
Hmm.
are currently doing special needs educator. Ma,
Okay.
is there a
Is it the
training,
diploma or the
the
which of the
professional,
that
the,
program?
the, the professional diploma, ma?
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, ma, is there another training? Because as I want to know everything about special needs. I want to go all out.
Okay.
I teach special children, but I want to have more experience. Is there any training at all that
Yes,
it can?
we have practical trainings we do. I think we have
Okay,
that. The training is a 3 month program that we do, and you
okay.
can reach out to me. It's practical. It's practical.
Yeah,
It's not all the
two of
theory.
my colleagues have talked about it, but we want to know everything. And also, if you can even give us, we should come to your organization and also, place us on, I don't know, like she said, to have more experiences. We don't mind, ma. We don't mind, ma.
Okay, we have a particular program we run here before. We run a particular program, but for those who want to join the breakthrough program, you can join. You can join. I'm going to still put the account number on the. For people asking me for the account number, I'm going to. Okay, this is the account number. Yes.
Okay.
So for the particular program you are looking for, ma'am, that's a one-on-one training that you want. We do that. We give you all the assessment tools that you are going to be needing. Oh, please, someone is making noise. Oh, let me mute everybody so I can continue. Yes. So what I was saying earlier, we have this particular training where you do one-on-one with us, and that's one-on-one.
Okay.
We are going to give you all the assessment tools you need. We are going to train you as if you want to set up a center or a school.
Okay.
We are going to train you how to work with any type of special needs child. And part of the training is setting goals too. So it's more like you are coming to take Adeyanju Taiwo's brain. And you're going to do photocopy.
Or even more than, we want more than.
Yeah, so we'll give you all the connections you need, people you need to work with. In fact, we have a lot of people that are working with us indirectly because I can't handle all the children. So it's easier for me when I know, oh, someone is interested, you've trained for the one-on-one. My one-on-one is 400,000. So if you've trained for the one-on-one, we can easily push children to you. You are in Lagos. Oh, I can trust this person. This person is under my tutelage. And you also have free access to me for 1 year till you can stand on your feet. Till you can stand on your feet. So that's what that training is for. That's even by the side. That's even by the side. So you get all the document. Then I mentioned something when we started the training about app. I actually wanted parents to have this particular app and schools, apps that can track everything that they do from day one of the child's life till they grow up. So if anybody meets you, that makes your work easier too as a therapist, because if you meet a child who already has information on the app, you don't need to be asking too many questions. You just go back, check the test and everything. So that particular training is meant for educators, school owners who want more, who want to make sure that they're also touching life. So that's for that. But the main program we are going to have after this one is the breakthrough, because we need to start planning children's life. That's even what I want to do, this particular one. And like I said,
those people to be virtual or physical.
Those people that registered first, the first 10 people will get 15 minutes with me. I will be talking with you one-on-one over your child. Have I answered your question, Mrs. Fumi?
Yes, ma'am. I'm asking, is it going to be physical or virtual for the training?
Both, ma'am. Both. There are days we invite you in because you need to see the children. So we already started like 3 different centers. We have one in Akure, 2 in Akure now, 1 in Osogbo. It's more. We have in the east too. So if one more person is coming from Lagos or from Abeokuta, it's a lot because we have a lot of children out there. We can't do everything for them.
There's not even awareness on the island at Ibejuleki down to Ekpe. There's no awareness.
There's no awareness. Oh, you are in Ibejuleki right now?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
We can There's no awareness. There's no awareness at all.
Okay.
There's no problem.
Let me take another.
I'll chat you up on WhatsApp.
Actually, I guess it's not just loud out there because I'm around here too.
Where?
I'm in Lekki. And I have colleagues that
I will be having a meeting with some parents in Lekki very soon. I'll be having, because I have a lot of clients from that area who wants to do one-on-one, because we have an office there. We have a speech therapist there too. So we will be coming to Lekki soon. For those in Lekki, maybe by the time we come together on the platform, we are trying to create a community for parents. By the time everybody comes together, we will be able to, for parents who are in different places, we'll be able to spread our tent out, even for therapists or teachers who want to be part of it. Yes. Okay, so let's move on. Who else is having a question so I can take that? Okay. Okay. Hello. Yes, I'm with you. I saw Samsung SMA20. Is that you? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm with you. Okay, ma'am.
Hello.
Mrs. Eze, right? Mrs. Eze. Yes. Is that Mrs. Eze?
Yes, that's me. Okay,
Okay, please
I'm
continue.
hard to be precise. Okay, Mrs. Ezenwa. Enwa. In fact, I'm so
Is
glad
that
that I was able
Anambra?
to
Is
attend
that
this.
Anambra
Yes,
or Enugu?
Anambra, yes,
Okay.
Anambra.
I have my people in that your side though. I have my people
I have been
there.
looking for them. I have been searching. I have not seen any.
Ah.
I'm glad I saw it on Facebook and I just keyed in. I have been searching for, and I have not seen. So, my daughter was born preterm. I've been looking for ways to help, help
Okay.
her thrive and all. She was
Okay.
born preterm at 30 weeks.
Okay, ma'am.
Was in the incubator for a week. Her weight at birth was okay, according to the doctors. Now, the first 5 months was okay. So I got a job that needed me to be out of Oka.
Okay.
I had to put her in a crèche. First week of putting her in a crèche, she developed seizures. And
Wow.
I'm just cutting the long story short, and from then we've been in and out of the hospitals. We go, they treat her, give her some medications, we come back. Then sometime last year we got admitted in the teaching hospital. She was in coma for about a
Okay.
week. We were told that she may not perform some of the functions she used to perform. She used to sit, she eats, though after eating sometimes she throws up, wasn't tolerating solids, only liquids. My daughter is 2 years, 6 months.
Okay.
So after our stay in the teaching hospital, Navy to be precise, we got discharged, and since then, a year ago, she could stand and
Oh wow.
move around the table sideways.
Okay, ma'am.
There's been improvement. I won't deny that. However, she's yet to talk. Before she doesn't tolerate solids, but now she can chew. We started
Okay.
physiotherapy last year. We gave her some time. We started physiotherapy. She's yet to walk, as in walk independently. She can't talk. We checked if a speech therapist who referred us to an audiologist.
Okay.
The assessment said severe hearing loss, that she'll be needing cochlear transplant.
Okay.
But if you make loud sounds, she turns. If you make sounds, if you call her name, she turns, and all of that. So sometimes it's confusing. We met another neurologist that said we should give her time. That the child is normal. I'm not being a pessimist, but
Okay.
he has older ones, and but I know every child is unique in his or her own way. But I think I need to see somebody that has worked with special needs children, maybe cerebral palsy, because
Okay.
sometimes I get confused on what to do and ways to help her. She's
Okay.
yet to talk. She doesn't, if I hold her by the hand, she takes steps. But
Okay.
walking on her own, she cannot. Sometimes she just cries uncontrollably. I put her on when she falls, she sleeps, I put her on the bed. Before you know it, she's already on the floor. And all of that. So I just want her to, in fact. So I plan putting my leave so that I don't know if it's to come to Ibadan or to come to Lagos where they can see her one on one, because I've been searching. I have not seen. Most
Okay.
doctors will just say, okay, is this? They won't even give any suggestion on what next to do.
Okay. What you need is a proper assessment, ma. You need a proper assessment, and you will have to do some tests. So, I'll have to link you up. So you pay for your assessment. You pay for the group meeting. We'll get all the therapists ready for you. The medical practitioner. We have to start from there. In fact, everything you said shows that there's comorbidity. I'm sure you understand what that means, ma. There's
Yes,
comorbidity.
I do.
Yes, so it's not a one fit approach. you have to start looking at different methods or different ways to help the child. So let's get to the root of the problem with those tests. We are going to recommend some tests for you to do. When you finish doing them, before you can even come physically for the assessment. And it is important that you do the first assessment physically. So we might either do it in Lagos or we do it in Ibadan, either of the two. But I will still get back to you on the appointment date and other details.
Please,
So when you are,
I like that. She has done an MRI and CT scan of the temporal bone, and everything was
you will
normal.
just send me all the tests you have. Just send me everything so we can take other people's questions. Your own case is one-on-one. Your own is one-on-one, man. It's
Hello.
not,
Waiting for the
Good
link, but I
evening.
don't mind, please.
you are
Good
waiting
evening.
for.
Thank you. I said I'll be waiting for the number so that I can, we start the one-on-one assessment and all of
I'm
that.
not giving you a number. You pay for your service, then we fix everybody for you.
How do I pay for it? What do you call it? Am I paying for? Like
You are paying for a
the
proper assessment of your child. All the therapists, the medical practitioner will be involved. You want a solution
okay,
to the problem, Abi, but we need to get to the root.
yes,
Your own, we don't even have an assessment from the way you explained. So we need to get to the problem, the root of the problem first, before we can even start planning treatments. So we can't even talk about treatment for now. Do you understand?
okay,
So
okay,
part of it is seeing a medical practitioner, getting all your tests analyzed, all your results that you've done, everything you've done. If they are still valid, we analyze them. If they are not, you go and do some other ones. When you finish doing them, all the therapists will sit down with the medical practitioner. We do a proper assessment of your child. So it is the assessment you are going to be paying for. So it's after then we can now recommend maybe medication, therapy, and other things. So that's it, ma.
Hello.
okay.
Good
Okay,
evening.
so let's move on.
100K.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Who am I on to
Yes,
now?
I'm Joanna Kushimo.
Okay.
Mm,
Olufunke. You are still bearing
yes,
my name. Eh? You are
yes,
still
that's
bearing my name.
Joanna. Good evening, madam.
Good evening, ma. Good
Mm,
evening, ma. You're
Thank,
welcome.
I thank God for your knowledge on
Thank God,
special
ma.
needs children.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I came in late, but I listened to some part of it.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a special needs mother
Okay, ma'am.
for 24 years.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I gave back to him with a club feet. So when
Okay.
they were trying to uh, align the feet, the
Mm.
pelvic was destroyed in the hospital. So he
Okay.
was banned on a wheelchair.
Okay.
So he has a cerebral palsy too. But we started physiotherapy from the onset. But all along the line of physiotherapy, he had
Okay.
the physiotherapist injured him, and
Mm.
make he stretched the knee to the extent that he was injured. So now,
Wow.
at the therapy, if you stand, you cannot stand straight. So the one of the legs is like a K form. So
Okay.
after healing, now form the
Mm.
K form, wasn't straight again. So
Mm.
notwithstanding, we have orthosis that he was using, and he
Okay.
had something that we have to hold the back. That's a splint that we use in holding the back of the leg.
Mm.
So, but one thing is that now that though I went because of him at the age of 60, I went for a special needs course, diploma in
Okay.
special needs course, and caregiving also. So what I need now for him, I've been trying the adaptive functioning skill.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I I started, though we started initially, but I now introduced it intensively about a year ago now. I noticed
Okay.
that it could move with some certain gadget that I did for him.
Mm.
He could move with himself from one end to the other through the crossbar, the parallel bar.
Mm.
He could move
Okay.
up and down. He was having seizure. He wasn't having seizure initially, but after the operation they did for him, started having
Oh.
seizure non-stop. To the extent that after some time, we thought he would die, but he stopped after some time. Then
Mm.
he was, at the end of the day, he will be managing it with the drugs. But I met Professor Iyacho. Yeah, I
Yeah,
discussed.
Nacho.
Yes, I
Yes.
met him. There was a seminar. I attended that seminar, And there are some things I will ask questions pertaining to pertaining to him, and he told me, gave me some hint on what and what and those
Sorry,
things that we
please.
can
If
use.
you're on YouTube, and you're asking questions, I'm going to take your questions too. Please hold on. I'm
Okay.
going to take your questions.
Okay.
Okay, go on, ma'am.
Don't let me forget. I need your number. You give me your
Okay.
number so I have more to say. I can't see everything here. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
need your number. You give me your number. Do you have anyone in Abuja? What I stay in Abuja.
I'm not sure, but I would try and check. I'm not sure.
Or do you normally travel to Abuja? Because I would like you to meet the child one-on-one, because I have set a goal on him. I achieved some goals and some I have not achieved. I had an IEP in the course of caring for him. I noticed that he's interested in
Is that your network?
painting.
Okay.
He's interested in painting, and he also is interested in computing. I bought iPad for him that he works on computer. He likes
Wow,
to he
that's
can
beautiful.
move around computing something. So I want to know. I want your team to come in to discover him so that I know where to go with him to be independent. So I don't know how I can meet you. I can meet you maybe with video, or I don't know whether you come to Abuja. I don't know when you will come to Abuja. So you can meet him, you see him, so that draw a program for me and what I need to do next.
Okay. You will have to join this training. Let's have people join the training, because the training gives you an opportunity to also have a one-on-one discussion with me, even if it's just 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So I think you need to join the training. Join
So
the training. For everyone who joins the training, I'm going to have that one-on-one. So if there's a need for us to expand, we can start discussing from there. You know, we can't take everything here, man. We can't take everything
I know.
here.
So your number, give me your number.
Okay.
Your number.
Are you on the
WhatsApp
platform? Are you on the WhatsApp platform? Are you on the
nobody just called me to join this now. I just quickly joined. I didn't even check anything. I just joined quickly.
Okay. I'm going to call my number now. My number is 080. Please WhatsApp only 65 79 82 89 080 79 82 89 82 89.
Okay. 6579 8289. Okay. You are Mrs.
Taiwo Adeyanju.
Taiwo.
Adeyanju. Okay, so let's have someone else. Who else has a question? If you have a question, please. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. You're welcome.
Good evening. Good
yes,
evening,
ma'am. Mrs. Shakira.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the lecture, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I'm calling from Kwara State.
All right, ma'am.
I have a child of almost 3 years now. He's not talking, he's not walking. Although I've not registered him for physiotherapy because I have 2 child like him that they have similar things. The first child, although he has passed away when he was 8 years.
Okay.
What the doctor diagnosed of him is they said he have a neuromuscular disorder.
Okay, let me mute the other person talking so that we can hear ourselves well. Okay, I'm going to mute all. Then I will take you back. Okay, Miss Shakirat. Oh, I'm coming. Okay. I think I saw Mrs. Shakirat earlier. Let me look for your name and bring you back. Okay. Can you hear me now? Please unmute yourself. Miss Shakirat, unmute yourself.
I've done that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you.
So, the first one was diagnosed with a neuromuscular disorder. Although the boy eventually gave up when he was 8 years old.
Okay.
The same thing with the second child. Although there is nothing that is wrong with them when I gave birth to them, they do normal thing the child supposed to do. They sit, right, crawl. So it is when they want to stand on their own, that is when the problem comes in.
Okay.
So the second child too, the same thing applicable to him, which I took him for physiotherapy for so many years. Even they even asked us to do MRI for the child,
Mm.
and they didn't discover anything.
Mm.
So, and I have my fourth child now, which the same thing applies to him.
Okay.
So, although I didn't take him for physiotherapy because of the first, second, we did physiotherapy for so many years and there is no positive result before they eventually gave up. So the third child now, I think the similar case of the first and second is with that child, present one now, is now going to 3 years.
How
He's
many
not
children do
talking.
you have currently now? How many children do you have now?
I have four, but one is okay. One
Okay.
is
So
that is the second child. The first one is no more. The second is okay. The third one too have similar case with the first one and is no more. So the fourth one now have similar case.
are you still
So
planning to have more children?
not for now. Not.
Not for now or not at all.
Okay, let me say not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Please.
Oh,
Okay, you are actually lucky because from
yes.
your explanation, usually when we have people that have one, two, and by the third one, they tell you stop having children. They just tell you
Okay.
because what it means is in the family line. Is in the
Okay.
family line. So that's why we tell people. So for your child now, the good thing is that child is still young. And if
Yes.
you have seen improvement with physio, I think you should still continue to really help. So what aspect do you want me to come in, ma?
No, I have not started physiotherapy with him because of the case of the first and the second one that we did physiotherapy for so many years and there is no positive result. That's why I just keep him with me.
And
Just
keeping
treating him
your
as
child with you will not help the child. In fact, it will worsen the case, ma. And those ones that you say you didn't see improvement is because you are already expecting improvement and you gave yourself a particular target that this child must work at least with 6 months with therapy, the child will work. And now improvement is dependent on the the child's type of special needs itself, the severity. So when we say improvement, we have mild, we have moderate, we have severe and profound. So if you have a case that is mild, the kind of improvement you will see with physio, even though we are going to say is mild, it will still take a while. So imagine a child that is mild and you compare it with a child that has a severe case. So now when you don't do anything for a severe case, it becomes worse.
okay.
But when you do something, it can move from that severe to moderate. Do you understand now? So in your own mind, you're like, this child is not improving. That's not it. If you are actually doing the therapy the way you should do it. And that was why I gave the example to the first madam I spoke to. I said, you cannot be using paracetamol and malaria drug 3 times a week for someone that has malaria. Instead of you being consistent and you do it every day, there's a difference. So the person that does therapy every day and the person that is doing it once in a month, once in 2 months, and claim that they are doing therapy, that's not therapy. One shere loni. They are playing
Okay.
at the hospital. So you cannot compare. And most of these cases, parents rely on what the government hospital will tell them to do. They won't get personal therapists at home. So when those ones are tired in the hospital, where you have a lot of people, they only attend to the few they can attend to, and they give you
Yes,
long.
that is the case. That is the case. Immediately they attend to 3 or 4 child, the remaining is just maybe we go and play there. So
Madam Shakirat, when you see someone doing physio, you don't see the
yes.
person sweating.
It's not some work that is easy. It's not easy.
Eh,
It's not,
so if it's not easy and the person is doing government work, what do you think they would think? Well, this one you cannot come and kill me.
yes, now.
So it's
Yes.
better you get a private person and you have particular number of days that this person will be coming in a week, not in a month, in a week. That's the way to get results. You can't be doing therapy once in a week and think you will get results. It's not possible. It's not possible. Maybe that was why you had that frustration too, because you were always going there. And getting to government hospital, the stress alone can kill. The stress alone is there. So you need to change your strategy now. And it's good that you are having this training and you are getting this. You can do your own. Then I tell parents also learn the strategies too. As they are doing it for your child, when you get home, do it. If they ask you to get standing box, get standing box. Ensure that your child is standing. Don't tell me that your child is crying. I used to tell people, so if the child needs to stand 30 minutes in a day, morning, afternoon, night, do it. If the child needs to sit down on a chair, let the child do it. Don't go and do physio and put the child to lie down on the bed. The child will not improve. So that's why those are part of the mistakes we are trying to let parents know. Sometimes they don't know. So, but now that you are aware, do the right thing and advise other people too, because we want this message to spread. We want it to spread. And you can also join the training too, so that if there is no therapist, you can also be the one to do it for your child. You can also do it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So let's take someone else's question.
Please, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Mrs. Bukola.
Yeah, thank you. So after payment, what's the next thing? I'm not on the WhatsApp chat and I don't have access to you.
You don't have WhatsApp, ma'am?
I have WhatsApp. I'm saying I'm not on your group WhatsApp chat. So
okay, we are going to add you to a particular class for everybody that paid. I'm going to call my number again. Just chat me up with the receipts. I'm going to add you. Okay. Instructions from the WhatsApp class.
Okay, I also have a peculiar situation about location. So maybe when I chat you up, I'll also let you know.
All right, ma'am. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, Mrs. Okafor Roots.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I have a question. I'm a therapist as well. I'm in Lagos, so I work with children of different kinds of conditions. So I met this child. I started working with this child last week, and from assessment, the child usually has seizures. Now, he has been on drugs. He's on drugs though, and after working with him for a week, this is our second week, I observed that the drug is not helping him. You understand? It's not helping him in the sense that he's always drowsy. You understand? He's always drowsy. Whenever you see him, let me use this instance. He have life in him.
Now that you're talking about seizures, I'm beginning to see that seizures is now a general problem. So what I'm going to do is this. On the general platform, for those that are not on the general platform, just hi me, we'll add you. On that general platform, we are going to put a post and we are going to move everybody that needs, only those people that have children now, because you need to involve the parents that has children with that has seizures. So we'll have a community. I will find a way to bring in someone to come and talk to you about seizures and help with the treatment. It's not going to be free. It's not going to be free. I cannot go and drag a consultant.
Yes,
so
right.
So because sometimes we might not be able to answer this kind of questions in this kind of group. If we really want to help people, I think we need to start segmenting according to everybody's problem so that we can help them. Yes. So maybe that's what we are going to do. For this particular child, if it's not working, I think you need to involve the parents and let them come to the platform. So they have the person who comes to talk to them. In fact, we are going to have it like this, a kind of training like this. It's still going to be online.
Yeah.
We have the training and parents will come over. Anybody can join and learn, but we will target those particular parents. So someone can at least answer their questions and recommend something better
for them. Okay, so what I want to ask is, I don't know. I'm thinking of just doing just a month that they've subscribed with the child and tell the parent to seek for another help.
I don't understand. You want to drop the child? You want to drop the child?
Yeah, because to an extent, if a child is drowsy during session, you are actually not doing anything.
Okay.
You are not a child that is drowsy. What are you achieving? The only thing I just do for him is just giving
what time does it take the medication? What time does it take the medication? What time does it take the medication?
He takes the medication in the morning before coming to school. It's an inclusive school. It's a special school. So he takes the medication before coming to school. And I usually meet him after then. I don't go to their house. I usually meet him after then because I have other children I meet before him. So by the time I will get to him, he's already drowned. Like yesterday, they said he was so stressed before I came. And immediately we started the session, he started having seizure.
Okay.
Despite
So
having
I think the major thing we need to do is sort out the medicals first before you will even start therapy.
Exactly.
We need to sort out the medicals first.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. We'll still. I will get back to my team, and we are going to. As you are on the platform, right? We'll be giving you some information.
Yes.
So please let me talk to my team so we can come up with something for everyone. We are still going to allow people ask questions if they have any question. Then from there. Yes, ma'am. All right. Is there any other person? We need to start going. Do we have any more questions?
Yes, please. I have a question. Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Hello,
for the first time we are listening to a man. Hey, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say a very big thank you to this initiative.
Yes, sir.
It's really good. Now, my question is, I have a daughter that is 12 years, cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And though, like some of the things that we experience as the woman that called before this last one made certain we have taken her to government hospital. She's on Catol. Is it Catol now? Yes, Catol. And though we tried the physiotherapist, but it was unfortunate we were not able to get anyone around our area. And just like you said, going to the clinic is stress. And I got a job outside my location, so I had to leave it with my wife. I know that my wife could not handle it alone, so I come home occasionally to assist. So, but seeing these programs, how can you work with us?
Okay. We have the training. You can join the training. We'll have a one-on-one section with you. If you want more, then we'll let you know the other plan. Though my team is still coming up with other, because from the question everybody is asking, I realize that a lot of people want different things. And I'm trying to see how we can help everybody. So my team is going. Are you on the platform, sir? Are you on the WhatsApp platform?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will soon be dropping some updates soon. So for those who will need one-on-one section, we'll give you an information. For those who want the training, you have the training already. So the team is going to drop in something very Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes. All right. Okay, do we have any more questions? I think that should be all. I think
Ma'am,
that
please
should
don't forget we would let you on the awareness.
Please, the
Hello?
phone number too.
Can I
The
go
phone
ahead?
number.
I'm raising my hand.
Okay, please. So I'm trying to see who else is there. You have not talked before. Please raise your hand. Okay, yes. I saw Miss.
I'll be raising up my hand. Madam Tracy.
Oh, so sorry, please. So, Madam Ganiyat.
Yeah.
Yes, please come online. Please,
Hello,
the
ma.
next person will be the.
I can hear you.
Please,
Can I go ahead, please?
Mrs. Ganiyat, please, we would like you to talk. The other person can wait a bit, please. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. I just want to thank you so much, madam. Can I go ahead, please?
Yes, Mrs. Ganiyat, are you there?
Yes, I mean.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for a lot of information. I just want to make clarifications. When you were talking about educators, you were saying two different things. So I just want clarification. Do you mean the physical where we have
let me mute all. Let me mute all so I can get that. Okay, you were saying something. Okay, please unmute. Yes, I'm with you now.
Yeah, I was saying the other time you were talking about training for educators.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure. I just want clarity around it. That the one you said is physical, that looks like, oh, you're practically taking my brain. Is it the 60-day and sorry, 90 days challenge,
No, no,
or
no,
is
no.
another one?
No, it's another one, ma'am. It's another one,
Okay,
ma'am.
when is that taking place? Is it going to be physically?
We are going to have the physical classes where you get practical experience, and we're also going to do online because I'm going to give you assignments. I'm going to work with you for the next 1 year. So that's what that one is. We have two types. We have the 3 months and we have the 1 year plan. So it depends on the one you want to pick. So if you want to pick the 3 month plan, good. If you want to pick the 1 year plan, that's good. The 1 year plan is that one I was saying that I will work with you for the 1 year, like as if you're setting up your own structure. You are trying to put things in place till you are able to stand on your own. The 3 months is just the normal training. You get the online classes, you get the physical classes, and you'll be given assignments. So, but the one-on-one for 1 year is different from the 3 months.
Okay. Okay. Last thing, you called your number the other time. Please, I didn't get that, so that I can just like you said, chat you and tell you
Okay.
about my
080
preparation.
080 65
65
79
79
79 82
another one.
89. 65798289.
Okay, thank you.
65798289.
All right, thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
That's all for now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, the next person can ask question. I think someone was trying to say something earlier. I think someone was trying to say something. Okay, I still saw someone hand. Okay, okay, okay. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes,
Tracy.
ma'am.
Tracy. Yes.
Hello, Mrs.
Good evening, ma.
Rodriguez.
Thank
Okay,
you very much.
Tracy. Mrs. Tracy. Yes, ma'am.
Good
I'm
evening,
with you,
ma.
ma'am.
Thank you very much for the Thank you for the
Yes, ma'am.
education
Yes,
so far. Ma, mine is
yes, ma'am.
26 years old.
Okay.
And
Hello. Can you hear us, Mrs. Tracy? Can you hear me? Mrs. Tracy, can you hear me? Yes, are you here?
2 years. She has
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She
Okay. Okay, I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you. I think the network is bad from where you are calling from.
She cannot stand. She cannot stand and she cannot help herself. I don't know how to
Okay.
get the standing frame.
Okay, standing frame. You can always get. I didn't get that. You want to get a standing frame? Is that the question? You want to get a stand? I can't get your question, ma. Maybe you should try
Yes,
again. I
yes,
think your net.
yes.
You need a standing frame.
Yes.
A regular carpenter can make standing frame. We only show them the specification. We explain to them what to do. You can get a regular carpenter to make it. I get a regular carpenter to make it. You can get a regular carpenter. Yes, ma'am. Hello. Yes, I'm here. Mrs. Tracy, we can't hear you, but if you can hear me, we can get a regular carpenter to make a standing board. We can get a regular carpenter to make it. We only need to show them specification and explain to the carpenter. Okay, I think someone else is trying to come in. So let me take the Infinix. Let me just take their question. Let me take Infinix. Please unmute. Infinix X68.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, ma. Good evening.
This is Aminat from Lagos.
Oh, you're welcome, ma.
I have two kids.
Okay.
One is autism. She
Okay.
started around 5. She has been doing everything herself, but the sickness started around 5. She
Okay.
just lump when she was sleeping on a couch.
Wow. Okay.
Then the second one started around 1. She's cerebral palsy. My question is, the cerebral palsy child now, she's talking, she's communicating very well, but she can't walk yet.
Okay.
She has been on therapy since when she was 1 year, when the whole episode started. But the second one has stopped talking. The autism has stopped talking since. And this thing started 6 years ago now, because the girl is now 12 years. And they have been on medication since that time. I'm so confused. I don't even know what to do again. They are still on medication.
What kind of medication, ma?
They are using Epilim, and the girl with cerebral palsy is using only Epilim and DHA. While the girl with autism are using Epilim with Risperidone because she's restless.
Okay. Okay. I think you will fall in the other group we have spoken about. You will
Okay.
fall in the other group. By the time my team comes up with a plan, just like what I said it was from what you people were saying that made me realize that a lot of people still need a medical doctor intervention. And like I said, it's not free. I'm going to try to bring in someone who will do some training, and they can even assess your child properly. So that's what I'm looking at. If my team comes up with something, we will post it on the general platform. Are you there already? Are you on the general platform?
I'm there.
Okay, so just be
yes, I'm on the general platform.
Okay, someone is
I'm
asking
with you,
me.
ma.
I am from Enugu. If you are from Enugu, join us. We are here. How can I benefit from the program? It depends on the kind of program you want, ma. We are available for you. We should create a center in Port Harcourt. I'm just saying this one, no. Oh, you don't have a mainland. I'm running away from Lagos, so but Lagos people are dragging me.
We are dragging you. We really need you here.
Oh my God. Oh, you know, the problem we have now is we have a lot of people all over, and we are trying as much as we can to use social media to reach everybody. But we will find a way around it. I promise to give everybody a community and a voice, and that is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So we are trying to make sure that everybody has a voice. That's what we are just trying to do now. We will try as much as we can to keep that community going, so that by the time, for those people who have joined the program, if I have not responded to you, I'm going to respond to you. Thank you for paying. Once you join the program, you have access to me for the next, you will get a 15 to 30 minutes one-on-one section with me. We are going to discuss the next level before you join the training. Because even in the training, it's going to be practical. For those people who are going to get practical experience, you are going to get a lot. That training is like a done for you plan. It's like a done for you plan. We will look at your child one-on-one. In fact, we will give you all the time that you want. In fact, I don't mind giving you a particular day. We'll schedule you. Okay, Monday we'll talk to you, Tuesday. So every child will get attention, and we'll make sure that that community is still there. So that if you have questions, we can always make sure that you get answers. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions they can't ask now. We will make sure that we give you everything you want. So, madam, your own issue I don't know how the assessment happened or what exactly led to the medication you are using. So, like I said, you still need a one-on-one attention and a proper assessment of the two children. You need a proper assessment. It is from the assessment we will now conclude. You know what we do here at my center, ma? Even if a child is on medication, aside the information that we write down, everything, we observe the children and we give feedback on the medication. If it's not working, we know. If it's working, we know. Okay, we need to do this. Let's adjust for 2 weeks. before we get to a particular point where we leave the child, that child would have done a review more than 4 times within 4 months. Would have done proper review of that medication before we can say, okay, this can work. After the drug has worked and the child is okay, there's a way they remove drug. Hey, I forgot to mention this. A lot of parents are making this mistake. Don't stop any medication yourself. Please don't stop any medication yourself. Allow a medical practitioner to help you plan the way. There's a way we remove medication. Some parents will just go and stop all of a sudden. Please don't stop any medication by yourself. Let a medical practitioner, there's a way we do it. We remove it little by little. We remove it little by little. Don't go and stop, oh, please. Okay. So have I answered your question, madam? So you will be needing that attention, but just keep waiting on the platform. We'll still post some things. We'll still post some things on the platform. So we'll get back to you and my team, please.
All right, ma. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So who else? Who else? Who else? I think we are done. How do I help you? Okay. There's a question here. How do I help a 4-year-old child that has no speech or something, screaming, one hand flapping? Okay. A proper assessment will be done for this kind of child. I'm suspecting this child is autistic because of the flapping. Is after the proper assessment we can start drawing a plan. There's a one-on-one plan you need to learn how to do, or your therapist will do. Okay, someone is asking for my number. 08065. If you're on the platform, I've chatted on the platform before, so you will see my number there. 0065 798289. I think we should call it a day. Is there more questions? Do we still have more questions?
Hello, good evening, ma'am. Hello, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Good evening, ma.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We really appreciate this conversation.
Yes,
God bless you, ma.
Amen.
Yes,
Amen.
ma. Please, I have a child of 8 years now. He's living with cerebral palsy. He has attained some milestone before, like head control, leg control, and sleep, but like 2 years ago, he fell. And now not do anything again. Even the neck, he cannot hold the neck again. Cannot see, cannot do anything. So we still continue with the physiotherapy.
How old is the child?
8 years now.
Okay, no neck control. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
do you have
understand everything around him?
Do you have CP
He's
chair?
talking.
Do you have CP chair?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't have. But I have a chair that we did for him in the Oni and Son when we are going for the physiotherapy.
That was when he
Sitting
was
on
so
it.
young. That's corner seat, Abi.
No, normal CP chair, but it's one carpenter that did it. It's not the one that they used to. So
Snap that. Can you snap that chair for me and let me see the child sitting on the chair? Let me see if the chair is okay. Can snap that.
it's not okay again. It's long then since it was like 3 years, 4 years then. But now that he's not controlling anything again, we just normal one that we are using at physiotherapy, that's the one he's using now. At home, I just normally put him for the corner of the chair.
Okay, you will need a proper CP chair. You need a proper one. Because even the child can develop scoliosis. That child can develop scoliosis later because the child is not sitting down very well. The child is not sitting well, can develop another problem. So you need a better chair, please. You need a better chair. Mrs. Kende, please.
Okay.
Madam
Please
Chinado.
make mention of stay in Ibadan. Can you hear me, ma?
Yes. Yes.
You may mention of stay in Ibadan. Yeah, we have a community of mothers living, the mothers of the special child that they used to meet, or
Okay, we have one for Down
living
syndrome.
alone.
We have one for Down syndrome. We have a
Okay.
very strong association.
For the other person,
We're also trying to we are trying to have a community where everybody can meet. We have days where we can
okay.
relieve you of your child and ask you to just come and just
Okay.
relax. You know, we're actually going to have all those things in the community, and please be in the
Even I
platform.
want to take him. He always be inside. I want to take him to school, but they're just rejecting him. Hello,
Okay,
ma'am.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later, man. We'll look at what we can do. Okay. So, Mrs. Chinado, please unmute, please. Mrs. Chinado or Mr. Please, have I unmute? Okay, please unmute. Chinado, please unmute. Mr. or Mrs.
Mute. Okay. Good evening.
Mr. Chimad. Yes, good evening, please.
Good
Or is
evening.
it Mrs.? Yes, ma. Good evening, ma.
Very much for what you're doing for us. I really appreciate, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you,
Okay.
Mrs. Chinado. You are here.
Okay, please. I need a little advice on what to do. I have a soon to be 4 years boy. He was once diagnosed with a mild visual autism, and we've actually done therapy, speech therapies for him because he can't speak or interact very well or
You said
communicate or express
mild
himself very well
visual autism.
verbally. So we've
I didn't get
done
what you said was the diagnosis. Mild visual autism.
mild visual autism.
Mild autism or mild visual autism.
Mild
You're saying
visual.
visual. Is the child having any eye problem?
Visual autism.
Okay.
No, they said that it was because he was watching SS screen. He was having too much screen time. That was the diagnosis they gave us at the hospital.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We are looking at comorbidity here. Okay.
Speech therapies, and they've had him for like 6 months now. He can communicate or interact properly. Neither can he express himself.
Okay.
So I don't know the next step to take because I've employed speech therapy twice, and they have done their part. Now he goes.
Madam, you know what? I would advise that you take the course so that aside whatever the therapist is doing, you are empowered. You know what they are doing for your child.
I don't know the
You need
next
to
step.
join the program so that you are also empowered. You know what exactly they are doing for your child, and you are able to also work with your child. Because now we are trying to empower parents. You also can be a therapist too. You can work with your child. So the more you are informed about some of all these things, the better. So you can join the platform, the training. You can also join the platform. You will be exposed to some strategies that we can use to help your child. So that's what we'll do, ma'am.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. All right, so let's call it a day. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. So you can start leaving the training. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We appreciate you all. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you for the time. Thank you for counting me worthy to listening to me. I do appreciate everything you did today. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to respond to some people that are asking questions. I have a lot of questions here. I'm just trying to see if I can catch up. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Please don't forget the number of the doctor. I'm not dropping the number on the platform. Okay, I'm here. Coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Why are you doing that to me? Hello.